Well, good morning. Good morning. It's Thursday. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and say #replay. I want to talk about something. How often do you want to defend yourself? That's right. You just might be misunderstood sometimes, and you want to defend yourself. And I'm going to tell you something so interesting. At the end of my first year in Caneo, I remember wanting to leave and study the word meek. Now, honestly, I do not understand, at that time I didn't, why Holy Spirit was putting this on my radar. So Matthew 5:5, it was my go-to verse. It pinged my attention. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. And so I studied that. I studied that in my Strong's Concordance. There's also a devotional, which not often does she recommend devotionals, but she did this one. It's a Sparkling Gems. And when you talk about meek, the Greek word pros, and I could be saying that wrong, it's Praus. Listen to this. The attitude of one who is friendly, warm, forbearing, patient, kind, and gentle. You see, meekness is power under control. Meekness is power under control. See, we often think of meekness as like the doormat, right? The person who's just like quiet and cowardly. What if meekness is actually the person of extreme influence and has much power because of influence, but they have that power under control? A person who knows how to calm themselves and maintain a state of peace and tranquility. See, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where things are blowing up around you. And you're like, how did we even get here? And then you start to see some wreckage fall on yourself. You start to see a little shrapnel that you're wearing. And you have an absolute rebuttal, and you know your heart posture, and you recognize that there was no ill intent. In fact, you had every best intention. You wanted to build up that person, build up that team, build up that organization. Your heart posture was so for them. You are bringing your best ideas, bringing everything that was you and what you have to offer, but somehow you're now wearing the shrapnel. And you might feel like, well, I've got something to say about this. I need to step on in and defend myself. And can I just encourage you that the meek actually take a step back? They close their mouth. They kind of just let it play out around them. If they're asked something, of course, they address it respectfully, humbly. They give an answer because they have nothing to hide. But while you might find yourself in situations where the enemy's wreaking havoc, okay, because he likes to do that. He likes to take things with so much potential, and he likes to go on in and have his agenda. He likes to cause division all up in marriages, all up in teams, all up in organizations, especially if they're after the kingdom, especially if there is a kingdom agenda to take some territory for an eternal impact. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Why? Because they have the patience, they have the stamina, they have the maturity, they have what it needs and what it takes to shut thy mouth. Let the crazy play out. And recognize that as they keep their heart posture as it should be, as they seek the face of the one true living God, they shall inherit the earth. Because as you learn how to hold yourself in any circumstance, in any situation, you will be blessed. You will have the favor of Yahweh upon you because he knows he can trust you. He knows he can trust you in the crazy. Meaning, he's not in the crazy. Okay? He is not a God of chaos, but of order. But do you know who brings chaos? Do you know who brings crazy? The enemy, who wants to wreak havoc, kill, steal, and destroy, who wants to take a kingdom agenda, who wants to take an eternal perspective, and he wants to cause so much confusion and chaos all up in there that those people don't even know what they're doing anymore. They don't even have clarity on their mission anymore. And so this morning, I don't know where you find yourself. I'm sure you've had a season like this, past, present, or future. Welcome to the human experience. But blessed are the meek. Blessed are those who, let me read it again. Power under control. I'm going to actually see real fast. There was one more thing about a horse. I'm going to see. This is all my notes when I studied meekness. I have them all written down here. And it was something about a horse. I should have had it ready. I so apologize. But it was so good. It was so good. Anyways, these are all my notes, my journal entries. Again, this was from June of, let me see. June 13th of 22. And I studied meekness for that summer. And what was so interesting is, oh my goodness, my life was peachy keen at that time. I cannot even tell you, loved every season of what I was living in at that time. The Holy Spirit knew that I needed to study meekness, that I needed to wear meekness for what was coming, for what I would walk through. And I just want to say, he's such a good God. He's such a good God, because if you will tune in to what he's saying and speaking, he will prep you so that you are not caught off guard in a season that comes your way. He wants you prepped. He wants you prepared. He wants you armed. He wants you stable and secure and confident in any season that comes your way. Because as you follow his lead, he will prep you prior. He will give you the tools before they are ever needed in your life. Isn't he good? Isn't he good? Isn't he good? Wisdom. Seek it out today. Wisdom. If we had it, oh boy, would we flourish. Go seek it today.